Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Zoo, doing some more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. And I'm starting off here in the sponsor park here because I like to give a big shout out to everybody who tuned in the last live stream. We had one heck of a live stream. Holy cow! A lot of stuff happened. We built an exhibit. There was a new top donor. There was a death. I died. It happened. It's 2 on this world so far. Things happen, man. If you didn't see that last live stream, go back and watch it. Oh, it's a doozy. Okay, but yeah, big shout out to all these fine people that you see behind me on this board here for sponsoring the park. Any super chat amount of any amount will get you on this billboard during those live streams. So if you haven't caught a live stream yet and you want to get your name on this board, go ahead and tune into the next one, whenever that may be. Keep an eye on the channel. I usually announce it before it happens, like maybe in the community post. But yeah, you can get your name on here too. And you can be forever immortalized here in the zoo. But big shout out to Todd Feltz, who took over the top super chat spot. You are kind of crazy, mister. You and Peter, you guys are just duking it out for this top spot. Kind of blows my mind. Oh, there's a zebra behind me. Look at that. Look at that up there. Okay, yeah, you guys are kind of crazy. But, you took over the top spot. Good for you. You got it now. So big shout out to Todd Feltz for holding on to the top spot for... well, this stretch until we do the next live stream. I heard Peter is itching for revenge. So something we did on that live stream, though, if you didn't catch it, just a quick recap of one of the things that happened. It was action-packed. It was crazy. Was we actually plotted out the area for the large cats, okay? So we actually have these torch lines here marking out where the large cats exhibits are going to go. There's 4 of them here, and then we actually had 5 large cats. And that's because... if you go back here into this newly created mine, we have back here the ocelot exhibit. Okay, we put that here in the mine. It's kind of right here at the entranceway next to the large cats exhibit, so it kind of blends in. And then this mine actually goes down. Now, I also detailed up the floor since the live stream, so if you tuned into the live stream, this was just regular stone. I've done a little bit of decorating, but you come down here, and this leads to the reptile center. All right, so this might look kind of familiar. I gotta get rid of some of these torches in here, but this might look kind of familiar here. We got the Galapagos tortoise right here. Master Uguay just chilling. So yeah, this might look a little bit familiar because that is the back end of the reptile center. So it connects to the large cats area, which I think is kind of cool. But we went ahead and named these cats, these ocelots in the live stream. So tune into that if you want to know what their names are. But in today's episode, we got some more building to do. But before we get to doing that, though, we have some naming to do because you guys in the last episode killed it with the Tasmanian Devils names, and I have to get down to my little hidey hole and get to naming. Faceplant. Okay, we have 4 Tasmanian Devils that we need to name, so let's get to naming these things. First one is going to be named Lucifer. Okay, big shout out to Alessandro and Kathy Clism for both suggesting that. And the next one is going to be named Nicky. And big shout out to Peter for naming that one. That's obviously from the movie Little Nicky, the son of the devil, for that one. So you might notice that there's a little bit of a trend going on here with the demonic names, And the third one is going to be called Diablo. Okay. Big shout out to Matt Myers for suggesting that one. The trend continues, eh? And then the final one will be Beelzebub. I think I spelled that right. And that is thanks to Kathy Clism for suggesting that one as well. These are all like demonic names or devil names or maybe son of the devil or something like that. Since these are Tasmanian devils, you guys basically killed it with the names, and they were all demonic kind of sounding names. But if I did not select your name this time, keep trying because I still have more animals to name, and there's going to be more animals at the end of this episode that I'm going to need names for. So head on down to the comments section as soon as you figure out what animals those are. Probably knew from the title. I'm going to need a couple more names though for sure. So do not be disheartened. Do not get discouraged. I do read every comment and I pick through the names. Sometimes at random. Sometimes from people who haven't named an animal before, and sometimes for ones that just make me laugh, chuckle, or feel nostalgic. So head on down there and name animals whenever you come up with a good name. Alright, so let's get down here into the Tasmanian Devil exhibit. And we're going to start putting these things down. Now, I believe these things can attack me, but they should still be really drugged up from me shooting them. So I might get a little bit of time here. I do have my, let's get my tranquilizer gun on the ready here. Let's see if we can't place. And this is going to be Lucifer, and Lucifer is a male. All right, let's quickly do one of these numbers and get the gun on the hotbar in case bad things happen. I am in here with a bunch of devils after all. Let's place that one. This one's going to be Nicky, and Nicky is a male as well. Impish in nature, too. How ironic is that? All right, let's slap down this one here, and this is going to be Diablo, and Diablo is a female. That is different, very different from the games. All right, so actually, I don't know if it actually is any kind of gender in the games. It's just some weird demon thing. All right, let's slap down the fourth one and name that one Beelzebub, and Beelzebub is a male. All right, so we got all of our Diablo, our Tasmanian Devils put in place, all of our Diablos put in place, and they are home sweet home in their exhibit. Let's go down here and actually say hi to them. Yeah, they're still sleeping off the drugs, though. But, oh, that one's awake. Look at him go. He's the first one to recover. All right, naming Tasmanian Devils aside, now we have to move on to the bigger and better. I guess maybe not better. It might not actually end up better. That was a pretty good exhibit. The bigger exhibits, kind of, actually. We're going to head actually into the large cats exhibit area, and we are going to do one of these today. All right? I've been kind of putting this off because I kind of like doing the large cats exhibits. But I was hoping to finish some other things. I just do not have the gumption to get back into those caves and carve out another thing. Mainly because these guys are super loud and annoying. But I will inevitably have to get back there and finish that part of the zoo anyway. But for right now, I'm just not feeling it, yo. I'm just feeling more like doing a large cats exhibit. So why not start off with the king of the jungle himself, the lion, okay? We're going to probably... It's going to be right here, I'm thinking, because as far as the size of the exhibits here, this one's not a bad size area, too. There's not a lot of room here, okay? I wanted to have... That's a creepy cave noise. I wanted to give them a bunch of room, but I just do not have a whole lot of room to give. I'm thinking the lions exhibit, and this might stretch out a little bit farther, actually, than what I have it right here. Let's actually, let's tear this down. Hold on one second. I'm going to redo the lines here. This one can kind of come over a little bit. And let's give these guys just a little bit more room. Something like along the lines of that, all right? Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. So, first things first, though, I have to carve all of this stuff out. I'm going to do that in a blink of an eye. Blink! All right, there we go. Hole is dug. We even got the cobble outline on the edge of the wall as well. I just kind of carved the mountain back a little bit here, and I'm kind of having a tickling, whatever the word is, idea here, where I kind of want to build this out actually, so that it's kind of like a little bit of a cave, like a lion's den. You know, it's almost like it's a lion's den. Considering what I'm putting in here, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I kind of want to dig this out or bring this out just a hair, and then I want to get to work on doing the ground in there for sure. Oh, I need to put the wood supports on the outside. Whoopsie, I kind of forgot about that. I'll take care of that before the next clip. But yeah, I want to have that kind of stretch out and maybe actually dig it in a little bit here, giving them a little bit extra room. I don't want to go too far because if you look at the map, and let's zoom in here where we're at here. Let's look at the underground view. Right here is the ocelot exhibit. So I got a little bit of room to play with there, but I don't want to dig into the ocelot exhibit because that would be like a massacre. We'd have lions ripping up those little things. So I don't really want to do that. But maybe just a little bit of an indent. Maybe even like it goes down to the ground a little bit too. It's a little place for the lions to kind of rest their head, you know? Okay, something simple like that I think will do just fine for the lion's den. It doesn't have to be like a deep cave or anything like that, because I do want the people to still be able to see the lions themselves. So just a little bit of shade, you know, while they're basking out here in the sun. Now, lions do live primarily, I believe, in like the I guess it's like the savanna, right? Like the prairie, plains, open area, dry, arid environment kind of thing. I think I'm going to go with that. All right, now I know we just kind of wrapped up doing something very similar to that with in the Tasmanian Devil exhibit, but this one should be a little bit more clear-cut and to the point. I don't have to tiptoe around making this dry and arid. I do want to make it look more like a grasslands, though, and plains, so I'm thinking maybe putting like a single solitary tree in here, probably an acacia tree. Kind of up in the air right now whether or not I'm going to do a custom one or not, because this isn't a lot of room. So... weird scratch. But anyway, let's start off with the actual ground here. I'm kind of liking how I have, let's get the ground blocks out here. I'm kind of liking how I have like a little bit of stone kind of poking through, like from over here, where the den is. And I'm gonna keep that going actually. Just kind of sprinkling out from where the lion den actually is over here, so that fades into the actual grass then. But then there's gonna be a lot of dirt, and there's gonna be a lot of sand and stuff in this one. For sure, to kind of sell that dry, arid environment. And I'm thinking maybe the occasional podzol, although podzol usually you'd think about like a swamp or a moist area, you know, but no, this one, podzol actually looks pretty good, especially when you mix it with coarse dirt, because it makes things look kind of dead, you know. And if you're talking about like dry, arid environment, just sprinkling that hint of podzol would really look good. But let's start off with I think we should probably start off with is actually just the coarse dirt. So bat backpack, I need you desperately. 62 pieces. That's definitely not going to be enough. Let me whip up some more. All right, so I'm thinking that the coarse dirt is going to be one of the more prevalent blocks here in the exhibit. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of rip up a big chunk of this land here, replace it basically all with coarse dirt, actually, because it's supposed to look like the sand is kind of killed off in this area, and so I'm thinking this will look pretty good. All right, so then the next block that we're going to be adding, now that we got the coarse dirt added in there, is going to be the sand and red sand. Now, red sand is not going to be a lot in here, but sand, I'm thinking, is going to be sprinkled in just about as much as what you see the coarse dirt here, okay? Because I need this to really sell the fact that this is a very dry, arid environment, and it's borderline desert, actually. So, except for it's going to have some obviously plant life in it. So, yeah, I'm gonna mix in the sand here, a couple little specks of red sand along the way, and then we're gonna be cooking on to the next block. Okay, there we go. We got the sand put in, we got a little bits of red sand put in. Let's work on this. Let's work back here on this lion's den. Let's real quick grab the bat backpack, pull out some of this coarse dirt again, and maybe it's in the ground backpack. Some gravel. There it is. Some gravel right there. And hold on, let's bring those bat backpack back. Bring back the bat backpack. I need something out of it. And the squid backpack. Holy cow, I got a lot of different backpacks. Let's grab some half slabs here for some cobble slabs, you know. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of dot this in here, just the occasional little bit like that. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. Gives it a little bit of a slope for the lions to walk up. You know, don't want them straining themselves or anything, pulling a hammy or anything like that. So let's let's get down here and we're gonna rough up the ground in here just a little bit, and we're gonna add in a little bit of coarse dirt, a little gravel action stuff, you know, something or another to make this kind of represent that this has kind of been matted down, walked on, some dirt's been drug in here, you know, all that fun stuff. Actually, I wouldn't mind having like a bit of actual grass in here too. Like I said, this blending in, not just blending outward from the cave, but blending into the cave as well. I think will look kind of cool, ever so slightly. Like something. Let's do that right there. And then over here, there's actually stone kind of coming up on the surface here, so I'm not really as concerned about bringing the grass in over here, but rather having it already be kind of this design by the time it gets in here. So, yeah, kind of like that. All right, and then we're gonna throw in a couple bits of grass right in the middle of this thing that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But what we're gonna do is we are going to mat these down. This is what the lions would have been walking all over. So yeah, it makes it kind of look more like a lived-in den then. Okay, I think that's enough for the lion's den right there. What about the rest of the land out here? So, definitely doing some path blocks in here. That's what's really going to make it pop. But I did just get done telling you about podzol, didn't I? So let's go ahead and grab some of this. Very lightly sprinkle this in places. Do not want to overdo this at all, because too much podzol will make it just look dirty and like a swamp, really. So just the occasional piece here or there in various places will really make this thing come to life, I think. Okay, and now the final thing to do for the landscape in here, at least for just a blank canvas in the landscape, because I kind of want to add like a little bit of rock and stuff in here, little rock piles and whatnot, but is to go through and add the path blocks. Path blocks always make things pop, and this build is no exception. There's a giant gap right there. Let's, where is my cobblestone? There it is. Okay, let's grab some cobblestone here and fill that in right there. Okay, I'm gonna go through and add the path blocks, and then we'll get down to doing some of the foliage. There we go. Got the path blocks put in. See, now this is starting to look more like a savanna kind of esque area. Now, I did just say I wanted to add a couple of stone blocks in here, or stone areas in here. So, I'm trying to think about where am I gonna put this tree. I'm thinking about putting the tree like right up here and kind of leaning over. Might have to do a custom one. Leaning over the slope right here just a hair. So that would mean that a good spot for the stone pile would be probably like right here. So let's go ahead and replace this with stone for right now. And then we'll actually have this kind of poke up a little bit like so. And then we'll jazz this up a wee bit. And then let's replace some of this with actual gravel, I'm thinking. Maybe put a pile on top of that. Dig out around this a little bit here, and we're going to continue to gravel out that way. Okay, something like that. little bit of work on that, but yeah, okay, that works out just fine. Now let's talk about this tree that I want to put in here, okay? Let's talk about inventory space. Holy cow. Dump chest, need one of these things fast. So yeet all this stuff into there, get it out of my inventory fast. I'll have to sort through that later. All right, as far as the tree I want to put in here, though, let's get the wood backpack out, though. We're looking for a dry type of looking wood. Now, acacia wood will probably look pretty good as an acacia tree. However, is there a however that actually makes sense to this? I'm thinking that the fir wood still probably looks the best, although that is going to blend in a little bit with the supports that I have here, considering it's the same exact block. Perhaps oak wood would look pretty good too. Acacia just isn't. I mean, it is an acacia tree I'm trying to build, but this orange, it just doesn't work really for what I'm trying to do here. So maybe a mix between fir wood and oak wood would be the winner here. But let's try to create a little bit of a tree trunk here for an acacia tree. I'll start with the fir wood here, and it's gonna kind of come back that way. So it's got to be kind of thicker on this side here, and then it's got to kind of lean forward. This is gonna be very much a freestyle build here. So let me just quick whip up a tree trunk, and then we'll start adding the leaves. Okay, don't actually have like a lot of oak leaves, which is kind of what I wanted to use here. So we might have to use these a little bit sparingly and just use more of the dead leaves, because that's probably going to look like a dried out tree anyway. But this is the kind of general. Actually, let me take a look at this from the side. I didn't even bother to look at this. I started going for it. That's the general shape for the acacia tree that I'm kind of going for right now. And actually, you know, it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. Let me just hop up here. The acacia wood slabs actually worked out well for kind of transitioning the plant or the tree trunk forward. So I'm going to keep with those things. Let's go ahead and actually start creating a little bit of a umbrella-like canopy here. We're going to start sprinkling in some of these dead leaves as well. Because I want this tree to look like it's been through better days. You know, like it could use a drink, basically. Is what I'm going for here. So we're going to keep the greenery kind of tucked into the inside a little bit, and then we're going to have it on the outside be kind of dried up, a little arid. You know, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, I know it's not like great or anything like that, but it's not too bad. It does need a little bit of extra detailing on the underside, just a wee bit, but it's not from anything that I currently have in my inventory. I need the squid backpack. Let's see what kind of branches we can put on this. Let's put some oak branches up here on this thing. Just kind of give it a little bit more texture to it, you know? A little something something on the underside here, just to make it look more like an actual tree. Yeah, let's put one there. Let's see, what does that look like? Not bad. Not terrible. Actually, I don't think that looks too bad at all. Yeah, okay, now let's get some distance from here and actually look and see if this looks terrible from a distance or if this looks okay. Kind of looks like it's just a blob of leaves at the moment like this. Let me just fall all the way down the mountain and we'll check this out. It needs a little bit of something more on top, okay? That's something that definitely needs. I need to inhale a chicken real fast too, because I'm kind of getting a little hungry. But yeah, definitely needs a little bit more on top right there. So let's hop over here. Yeah. And then heave-ho up here. All right, so let's bring this canopy out just a wee bit. Something like that, maybe? Green, sure. Fly! Made it, all right. Yeah, okay, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks all right. All right, for a custom acacia tree, I don't think that looks too terrible. I know it's kind of small. It's not a very large tree, but I don't have a very large exhibit here, so... So I think we gotta work with it. So we got our stone pile, we got our custom tree put in there. I think that's probably it for the bigger vegetation. Now we do have to get down here and actually add like the actual bushes and stuff. Now the shrubs themselves, they're not gonna be much. Not gonna be much as far as shrubs. In fact, I might not use any oak leaves in this at all. And if I do, I'll put like one only, and then it's gonna be a whole lot of deadness there, you know. So I gotta add in a couple of very sparse bushes here or there. And then we're gonna get on to doing the actual like plant vegetation in here. All right, the plants have all been added as far as the bushes. I think that's it. Just a couple along the edge of the exhibit, not much. Let's fall in here, break my face, and get in here. We're gonna add some of the actual proper plants now. I did actually collect some during the live stream. Not many. I went and collected more lily pads because I kind of ran out of those. Not gonna do me any good here because I'm in the middle of like a deserty plains. But let's grab some stuff that would probably look good in more of a desert-like area. Not desert, but a plains kind of style areas. A dried bamboo would be interesting. I might be able to squeeze that in someplace. Dead plants are a must. Obviously, it's gonna look all kind of decrepit a little bit, or as far as like dried up dead leaves and stuff, or dead plants, and dead leaves also are coming with us. Dune grass, you're coming with me. All right, I'm thinking that's probably it as far as like maybe we'll throw in a goldenrod or two. As far as the plant life in here, are there any kind of flowers other than the vanilla ones that might show up in these areas that I actually have? Goldenrods are. Let's actually combine these things because I have them in two different spots. So way to make myself confused. Orange cosmos. Let's actually throw in one or two of those things in there as well. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. So let's get to sprinkling in some dead plants here, dead bushes. What do you guys say? Okay. They are put in place. There's quite a few of them, too, because this is, after all, a dried-up area. These leaf piles I'll add later. They're going to go under the tree someplace. But barley I'm going to add in various places as well, but I'm going to keep it kind of grouped together because it does usually grow grouped together anyway. Or at least that's the way I find it in the game. So if I put a barley patch in places, I want to make sure that it is kind of bundled together. That's a good location for one. I wouldn't mind throwing in at least one more somewhere in here, too. This looks like the only place I can actually think about putting it. Let's do something like that. Alright, so how does that look? Not too shabby. Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Alright, barley, you've done well. Be gone now, though. So let's see if I can't find a good place for this dried bamboo right off the bat. Maybe, like, right over here. I see I have to put it, like... I don't want that to grow up at all. I don't want to grow up. I'm a dried piece of bamboo. I want to put... I'll put string on some of this stuff here. Let's put one there, and then this one says growth 0. I need blocks. I need blocks of some kind. Can I put one? There we go, like that. All right, let's drop string. Okay, that got rid of it. Dry bamboo, come back. Okay, so I need a string. I need another block up here. That means I think I've done this before, where I've screwed up and placed the bamboo incorrectly before, but. All right, there we go. Got the bamboo in place. Does look dried up. Makes it look really kind of dead in this area as far as plant life. Not a lot of water. All right, and then the sea oats also look really good. Nice and tall as well. We can spot that in, or place that in somewhere occasionally here or there. I don't want to overdo it with the sea oats, though, because it is kind of an overpowering block. It stands tall above the rest of them, so just the occasional one, I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, dune grass. Now, dune grass I can probably go a little crazy on, though, because I think it'll... Oh, you can plant it on gravel, too. Interesting. Didn't know that. Can you plant it on stone? No, you can't. Grass? No, you can't. Okay, so gravel... Coarse dirt, you can't either. That's interesting. So gravel and sand. Interesting. Okay, good to know. What about podzol? No? That's so strange. Okay, let's... You think coarse dirt for sure. But let's go ahead and add this in as many places as we can to really kind of sell this dry, arid environment. Okay, that means that we are now down to... Oh, hold on. Okay, that means now we are down to the dead leaf piles here. So this is going to go somewhere basically under the tree in various places here or there, dotting all over the place. You can even go on the logs themselves down here, because this is where the leaves would have fallen off of the tree and just kind of sprinkled to the ground. And some wind would have blown them, so we're going to kind of spread them out just a wee bit also, kind of on the outskirts of the tree as well as being tucked back in here, because you know that the lions would have kind of drug some of the leaves in and then smashed back into their den here. Is it getting nighttime? It's getting nighttime. Creepers be creeping. I got to get to sleep. Okay, that means we are just down to the orange cosmos and the goldenrod to squeeze in here. Now, the orange cosmos I don't want to go too crazy on. I just want to plant this occasionally here or there in places. Maybe just there. Let's put one back there. Okay, and then the goldenrod kind of matches the barley a little bit, so I wouldn't mind us keeping it kind of close to that, just a little bit. Maybe the occasional one off to the side. This one I don't mind it actually being a little bit more in the exhibit. Look at me learning and getting better with making more flowers and putting more flowers in these exhibits. I'm getting better at this, people. Okay, I'm thinking that's it. I think that's good for flowers. Let's get these flowers out of my inventory so I don't second guess them. Now we just need to add a lot of bone meal. We just got to add a lot of bone meal. So now these lions are going to be comfiest in tall grass. So I'm going to first get down the base. Let's get rid of these torches too. No torches in here. The base amount of grass, and then I'm going to start raising a fair amount of it up actually, because I'm going to get at least a two high grass in a lot of places on here, just to give them places that they can hunt in. You know, even though they're not hunting anywhere, they're just in an exhibit. You know what I mean. Okay, so there we have a lot of grass. Now let's start raising up some of this grass, getting too high. Can I do that to the dune grass? No, I can't. Okay, start raising this up and get it like too high in quite a few different places. I do want to make this look kind of like a raptor field, you know, from Jurassic World. Right, you got raptors in the tall grass. That's kind of what I'm going for here. Something where the lions could easily stalk their prey in. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably pretty good right there. Now, there is something that I still need to add, and I'm looking for the ground blocks, and I'm looking for some... Actually, hold on, time out, hold on. I screwed this up last time. I need these buttons. They're found inside the squid backpack. Definitely going to be putting a couple of them here around the stone pile for sure. And one even up there on the actual pile itself. Then we're just going to dot these things in occasionally here or there throughout the exhibit. You know, definitely back here in the den too. Don't want to have that not look like there's a lot of little pebbles in there. You know, that would make sense if there was. I'm thinking that might be it. That may be all. I think that might be it. And one more. Alright, I'm thinking now that's it. Alright, let's fly out of here. If I can. Fly. Please fly. Please, come on. 5th time's the charm. There we go. There we go. Now we can actually see the lions exhibit. Oh yeah, that looks good. That actually turned out better than I thought it was going to be. What do you guys think? Do you like the lion exhibit? There's still one thing I have to do though. I have to fix these edges right here, and I got to get the steel bars on here. But what do you guys think? Look good? Yeah, kind of, sort of, not really. What do you? Let me know in the comment section. Final exhibit. There it is. I think this is done. Another chef's kiss put on the exhibit. I think that's all I'm going to do for that one. Lions exhibit. Let me know. What do you guys think? Did this turn out good? Does this look kind of like a savannah-esque area? I kind of like it. I think it turned out pretty good. Not going to lie. Maybe there's a little too much grass. Not sure. Actually, you know, now that I think about it, now that I'm looking at it, I should have used like the sandy grass. That's all right. It's fine. It's fine, actually. It doesn't need that little detail. I think that looks fine the way it is. But, of course, I do need to put some lions in there. So I got to go count my lions and see how many of them that I have. So you guys know how many names to suggest down below. Faceplant. Okay, I got 2. I only have 2 African lions. Now, I do actually know where more are. So I can go get more. But I believe I have a male and a female. So if you guys could, down in the comments section, please give me your best lion names. That would be greatly appreciated. But I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here. At least 2 lion names. At least 2 lion names would be good. But I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So if you did enjoy, please go down and smash that like button. It would really, really help me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I took a look at my statistics, and it looks like majority of you are subscribed. So thank you guys so much for that. You guys are awesome. But there is actually about 1 out of every 3 people who are watching this series that are not subscribed. So if you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more, and if you feel like that I'm a fun-loving person, good person to watch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out a lot. Alright, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have yourself a wonderful Friday. I will see you guys next week. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and bye-bye.